What is going on, Geminis? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do a general read for you. Because it's a general read, it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I've been pulling oracle cards at the beginning of the read, so I'm going to do that. The Archangel Oracle. Universe, give us the card for Gemini. Give us an oracle card for Gemini. Nine of Michael. Your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. Nine of Michael. All right, with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Gemini? Message do we have for Gemini for August 2025? All right, Gemini. Let's get right into this. All right, I was just making sure I saw what I saw. So first thing, I'm feeling this friendship. Now, I feel like there's this connection you have with this person, but I feel like it's a friendship. I feel like you want more, but I feel like it is a friendship. But there's definitely something else going on here because we do have the Knight of Wands. So, we're dealing with this Cancer Sagittarius energy. Cancer with the Three of Cups. And then we have the Sagittarius energy with the Knight of Wands. For some of you, this may be just friends. For others, this may be friends with benefits that you want more from. Or maybe just a friendship that there's some underlying flirting going on. Like there's definitely some vibe that there's something more here. And even if it is, for some of you, even is a casual thing with this person, I definitely feel there's something else going on between the two of you. It's deeper than that. I mean, I feel like you connect on an intellectual level. Very confident energy with this person, very intelligent, very confident. And I feel like you kind of dig that about them. You're just drawn drawn into them. And like I said, I feel like there's this intensity that goes far beyond just a physical. And you know what I mean? When you're physically attracted to someone, it's one thing. But when you're drawn to someone, it's different. And we usually don't get that confused. And I don't think you're wrong here. I feel like there is more. And like I said, I feel like you just enjoy being with this person. I feel like they get you. I feel like you have great communication, which is important for a Gemini. I feel like you have a lot of fun. I feel like this person enjoys life. They have a passion for it, a zest for it. You know, with the Queen of Wands, I feel like they match your energy. And I feel like you connect in so many different ways. That's why it's confusing that we're not moving forward. Like, why aren't we taking that next step? This is obviously more than a physical thing or more than just a friendship. So why isn't this moving forward? Because it feels like they're the one that's getting in the way of this. Why isn't it moving forward? What are they hiding from me? Because it feels like they have their walls up to me. You know, I feel like that's how you feel when you're around this person. Like, you know it's there. You know they have these feelings for you, but they're not telling you that. Basically, their energy saying one thing, but their words are saying something else, or their words aren't saying anything at all for some of you. You know, what are they hiding from you? Why do they have their walls up? Because like I said, I mean, this person comes off very confident, very intelligent. You know, I feel like this person makes you laugh. I feel like you have a good time with this person. I feel like you just have this connection that kind of really sets us apart. And that's why we know that it's more than just a friendship. You know, seeing true potential in this. And I'll tell you one thing for all you cross watchers out there. Geminis don't fall easy. But when they do, consider yourself real lucky. You know, because Geminis don't, one of the biggest things with Geminis is they get bored easy. And I feel like with this person, you don't get bored. You know, I feel like they kind of always keep you on your toes. And I feel like that's why you see real potential with this person. Like I said, all the other things, but that part right there, it just solidifies that. Now with this person, to get a little more in-depth in why they are the way they are, or why they act the way they act. I feel like this person, they do have feelings for you. You know, I feel like you're on the same page. I just feel like this person struggles. I feel like they don't know if they can trust you. They have trust issues long before you. And I feel like even though it may come as a surprise because of the confidence this person puts out there. Like they seem like, you know, they got their shit together. They seem like nothing shakes this person. That's why it's weird to hear that this person actually thinks this deeply and actually has these insecurities. Everybody has insecurities. Some people are just better at hiding them. I just feel like this person's biggest fear is trusting the wrong person. You know, and it's not, I think the feelings that they have for the feelings that they have for you is the biggest problem. Because if they didn't have feelings for you at all, they wouldn't worry about it. They wouldn't care if they trusted you or not. They'd be happy at where they're getting, you know, what they're getting from you. But this person clearly wants more. They just don't know if they can trust you. You know, I feel like this person has been screwed over before, and that's why they got their walls up. And then we have the Ten of Swords. Like I said, they've been screwed over before. You know, all Gemini energy. They've been screwed over before. They're not in a hurry to get there again. You know, they don't want to have any regrets. I feel like they're just hesitant in changing the dynamic that you have. They want to. I mean, this person knows what they want with this Aries energy with the Two of Wands. We got that Aquarius energy with the Five of Swords. They just don't want to have any regrets. You know, what they want is not up for debate. You know, they want you. They wouldn't be wasting their time with you. Trust me, the way I see this person, I feel like they really don't let on as much as they do. And, you know, they don't really let on how much they really do care about you. I mean, I feel like this person, they're happy with you. You know, right now they're getting to be with you. They're getting to be next to you. whether it be a friendship or a physical, a booty call or friends with benefits. I don't really see it as a booty call, but friends with benefits maybe. But they are getting your time. They're getting to share your time. So they're getting something from you. And it's almost like that's better than nothing. So it's like they don't want to change the dynamic. And we have the moon card. I mean, with that Pisces energy, I feel like this person is just, it's almost like if it's not broke, why fix it? But they do want to move forward. I mean, I see this really deep connection between the two of you. Again, Cancer, Gemini connection here. With the Two of Cups, I feel like it's a lifelong connection. And the Lovers card, it just exemplifies that. It just adds on to that with that Lovers, that deep connection. This person likes being with you. And every day being with you is just, it's a victory for them. You know what I mean? But like I said, there's definitely something more to come with you and this person. I feel like things are going to change. And I feel like they were always meant to. I mean, I feel like you're both drawn to each other as the masculine and the feminine, the nurturer and the protector. I feel like all of the good things that you have with this person, we can build on that. And I feel like you will build on that. I see a foundation being built between you and this person. Some more Aries energy with the Four of Wands. I feel like you're going to get what you want from this person. And I feel like it may take time. But I do feel like this person is going to break free with that devil. Breaking free. And the thing is, they're breaking free of that. Again, we're going back to this Eight of Swords, self-imposed prison. I mean, the door's already open. If you see on the picture here, the door's already open. You just need to make the choice to leave. They're holding it back right now. I just feel like they have trust issues. And it's almost like they're happy, they're happy with you now, so why change it up? Why alter what you already have if it's going good? Them, in their eyes, I definitely feel like they don't want to screw it up. Like they don't want to have any regrets. They don't want to screw this up by adding something into it that doesn't need to be added right now. And on your side, I feel like you want it to be added right now. But this is just a look into this person. I mean, like I said, I feel like this person makes you laugh. I feel like they get you. I feel like you have, it's that type of connection where you say something and to someone else it may just sound weird. But with this person, they get it, and they're down for it. I feel like there's a little bit of weirdness in both of you, and I feel like that's what really makes it work. Weird sense of humor or just, very sarcastic energy. I just feel like there's this very strong back and forth with this person. And I feel like there is more to come. I do see this moving forward, but like I said, I do feel like this person needs to get over that. I feel like they need to get over that. I feel like they will get over it. But it's not something we can force. It's not something we can push. I mean, for some of you, this may be a relationship that's already started. For some of you, it could be a relationship that's been going on for a while, and it's just like time to, let's make this real. Why are we screwing around? Like you're getting all the things you need from this person, and they're getting all the things they need from you. Except we're not acknowledging it for what it is. We're not acknowledging it as a true connection that it is. I mean, I'm definitely getting a soulmate vibe, possibly even a twin flame. You definitely make each other better. You definitely make each other happy. And we end this, I mean, we got some Aries Leo energy. We got victory. What you are waiting for is coming. And, we end this with the victory. So you will get what you want. You know, there's definitely, you're right. There's definitely something going on here. There's definitely more to be said. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it is what this person, like, if I can come up with one answer to why they're not doing, like why they're not saying what needs to be said or why they're not doing what needs to be done. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They enjoy being with you. They're happy. And like I said, I mean, I do see this moving forward. And I know patience isn't a thing, but I feel like it's kind of like if you think about being in a waiting room and you're waiting for the doctor in a doctor's office and it's boring as shit. You're waiting for them and you're like, okay, this wait is taking forever. If it's like what it is in Canada you can be waiting for hours. But then there's those doctor's offices that have the cool magazines that you can read and actually entertain yourself, and then it doesn't seem so bad, or they have free Wi-Fi. There's no reason why you can't enjoy, your time. And I don't know why I compare being with this person like being in a doctor's office, but anyway. A lot of fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. A lot of air, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. We got some Cancer. Some Virgo as well. My analogies get away from me sometimes. Sometimes when we're in a relationship and we want more from that person, we're like, okay, I'm waiting. Like, when are you going to give me more? And that's the thing, especially with Geminis, from my experience. My partner for the last 16, almost 17 years is a Gemini. And we always had this issue. She's probably going to not love that I'm telling you this, but I tell stories because I want, I make it relevant. I try to be relevant with with what I'm telling you guys. And kind of make it, tell you a story that actually is true for me that may help you with what you're dealing with. So, I mean, I know some people maybe not like them, but anyway, I want to do it anyway because that's just who I am. Anyway, so our relationship has been back and forth. And in the beginning, it was very back and forth because I feel like we both kind of have trust issues that we had to work out. I feel like we both haven't had the greatest, not just in relationships, but in family as well. Like so trust issues. And when you got two people with trust issues, it makes it harder. One is bad, two is even harder. And then there's moments when I feel like I'm all in. There's moments where she felt like she was all in. And I always felt like our all in moments didn't sync. Like I was on the fence when she was all in and she was on the fence when I was all in. I feel like lately, like the last couple of years, I feel like we were in sync. And I know a lot of people were thinking like it took a long time for you to get in sync, but it was worth it, When you're with the right person and you're happy, you don't have to rush it. You can enjoy the ride. I'm not saying that during our relationship we didn't have a lot of great moments, because we did. But there was moments where we had our doubts. Like I said, I mean, in the beginning, I feel like we dated for a while before we even made any kind of official statement like we were together or not. Like some people are such in a rush to make a label. But anyway, the relevance of the story is I feel like when she decided, she was on the fence for a while. And I was on the fence and we're back and forth, like I said. But when she decides what she wants, I can feel the shift in her. You know, Geminis, they're hard to catch. She loves butterflies, and I always laugh because I was like, it's like catching her was like catching a butterfly. It took a lot of work, but once I caught it, it was worth it. You know what I mean? And because, like I said before, in the beginning of this read, Geminis get bored easy. You know, so if you're not on the same page when they're ready for you to be on the same page, good luck with that. But one thing that our relationship hasn't been boring. But like I said, once a Gemini decides, it takes a lot for a Gemini to decide that they want you. Like, they don't settle down easy. They don't fall in love easy. But when they do, you need to get on board. You know? Don't screw around. Because all that work getting them will be for nothing. Anyway, be good. Take care. Stay safe.